Everyone looks to the past as the golden times, a place to return to in their dreams. But while the rest of the world looks to the corporations for guidance, the real warriors fight for the soul of the planet. Pilots who believe the way to redemption is forward, down a path of pain and sacrifice. A well-oiled axe and a steady hand will change the tide.
Here comes the big guns, baby.
Hi guys, and welcome to Hawken, which is a new MOBA that I've found on the PlayStation Store this week. So I thought I'd have a look at it. I've done the VR training and I've done one match in it so far. The tech tree looks a little bit complicated, and there's the sort of mechs you get. It's basically a multiplayer online battle arena, and you can play cooperatively or against each other in various different game modes using different mechs. You have three classes. You have the light mechs, you've got the medium, and you've got the heavies. The lights seem to be assassin type mechs as it describes them. The mediums are your general purpose, and your heavies are your heavy fire support, less manoeuvrable. Now, there's a few bits and bobs in here. It looks like your crew or your driver upgrades, and it looks like you can also level up your mech and add different weapons to it. There's various different upgrades. This is the first standard mech that you get, the CRT Recruit. Most of the game modes seem locked at the minute. I think you either have to rank up or you have to complete various other bits and bobs first. It's just a quick look at it to see if people want to see more of this game, and if they do, I shall crack on and get playing it. As you can see there, you can change different modules. You can customise the colour of your thrusters, what they look like. You can put camouflage on, you can change various different colours and options. It does seem to be very customisable. I actually looked at it because I thought, I know it sounds daft, I thought it may be more akin to World of Tanks, but after having a go in it, it seems closer, believe it or not, to possibly Call of Duty, that sort of gameplay. And as you can see there, you can change your targeting reticles. You can change all your colours and everything else. In the VR training, I've included that because it shows you basically the various controls, so that if you wanted to have a go at this game and you've watched this video, you'll know how to play, you know, the basics before you even start, so you won't have to go through the VR training yourself. As you can see, they customise various little bobbleheads in your cockpit as well, which is a nice touch actually. I thought that was quite amusing. The tech tree, you can either have as a tree or you can change it to a grid. I've not really explored it very much so far, but as you can see there, siege, deathmatch, missile assault, all locked until you rank up a little bit, I think it is. So you've got your VR training, offline team deathmatch, and offline bot training. So go into the VR training grounds and let's have a look at how it handles. As you can see, pretty typical first person shooter sort of format. Just waiting for it to load up, there we go. It's going to teach us the mech movement.
Hey there, pilot. I'm uploading now. Feel free to look around while I finish loading in.
You do get this woman helping you out. You don't get any actual footage of, you know, of you, basically the people talking to you over your communicator. It is just still images that just alter, which is a style that you don't tend to see as much anymore, I don't think, although I might be wrong. I've not really been playing many first person shooters recently.
Ah, there you are.
Graphically, it looks quite nice. So, all your mechs have a boost, you have a fuel amount, and doing the various manoeuvres will lower your fuel, and you have to wait for it to actually refill. So I'm going to boost forward, starts you off as normal, nice and simple. Don't worry if this is a little bit boring, it's basically just, like I say, to show you the mechanics of the game, to see if it's something that you may be interested in playing or interested in seeing me play in the future. And you can also hover, which is basically a jump, which is on your R1. Although there is a cap on the hover height. As you can see there, you can only go up so far. And you do have to watch your fuel. Although there doesn't seem to be any falling damage, which is good.
Follow me up here. Great. Now try to reach this next waypoint.
And then she jumps up there.
You'll notice
And
your
you
mech
can't.
reach every ledge.
Like I was saying, you've got these 3 different classes of mech. It like I say, it describes the lights as your assassin types. These are your general purpose sort of grunts.
Hovering across this gap.
But you do have a lot of, and of course you've got your heavies, which you sort of more support. Although when I was playing it, everybody just seemed to run around like a lunatic shooting anything that moved. And that's the first part of the training done. Now it's going to tell us about the weaponry. On this, there's some sort of assault cannon and a rocket launcher. Now, I found it a little bit odd, because your primary weapon is on your left trigger and your secondary weapon is on your right trigger, which did throw me a little bit at first. Plus, with having your thrusters, which is for your dodge and for your boost and what have you, and for your spinning around on L1, and you're hovering on R1, I find that you have to use 4 fingers at the top of your pad as opposed to just the 2. You have to have a finger on your dodge all the time. Now, I am not just firing like a douche, or a bit of a derpy moment there. It did a sort of, not a glitch, I don't want to say a glitch, it basically, I was still pulling the trigger when the event had ended, and it just carried on firing. And it's telling you about your secondary abilities. A lot of the secondary weapons have secondary abilities. With this one, you can detonate it early, and I, of course, completely donk it the first time. It's quite difficult to gauge the distance on it, I found, although I got it on the second one. They also have a heat element to it, so as you fire your weapons, your heat builds up, as it's telling you about here. The mech that you get at the beginning, its special ability is to vent that heat, otherwise you have to wait for it to actually reduce itself before you can fire again. And here she goes with a nice demonstration right on cue. Thank you, my lovely assistant. You also have, I can't think what I was going to say now, I've just had a brain fart. Equipment, like you do in World of Tanks. You have a repair, which we'll learn about soon, and that's on circle. She's just telling you about the coolant that I've told you about. Yeah, you have a repair on circle, and you can do it at any time. And you hold circle, I think it is, and you repair yourself, but you can't do anything else while you're repairing, so you really have to pick your moments for it. Whenever you kill an enemy, they drop a repair module, which you can stand near and it will repair you. And I think the equipment that's on this at the minute, one of them's a shield, and the other one, do you know what? I cannot remember.
In this section, we're going to learn about items
Here we go.
and repairing.
Thank you, my lovely assistant,
Your
once
current
more.
item is a shield that can absorb attacks.
And here's the shield I was telling you about. I think you can swap them out. I'm not really sure. Like I say, it's a quick look at it to see if anybody would be interested in seeing me play more of this game. So she's going to shoot rockets at me. There's the shield. And as you can see, it stays up for so long, and then it'll go down again.
Okay, I'll be right there.
So she's now going to come in and teach you about the dodge maneuvers, which are quite handy.
This might sting a bit.
Although it does seem like it completely negates some of the secondary weapons. Ah, no, repairing. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself again. It's a good job I've got my assistant here to keep me on track. Right, so here we go. You hold circle, you get a nice little animation of a droid coming out and repairing your bot, but you are completely
Repair charges.
at everybody's mercy while you're doing that, so you need to find somewhere quiet to do it where you're not going to get hit and not going to get destroyed. These are the repair charges that are dropped by destroyed enemies.
Keep an eye
I'm going
out
to
for
destroy the
repair
drone
charges. They can
and
be
it'll drop
lifesaver
one.
if you
I did find the aiming a little bit iffy, but then again you can alter the sensitivity on it, so that's something I'd possibly have to look at.
a shot at me.
And now I've got to try and shoot her, and she's going to use the dodge. There you go. It kind of does negate your secondary weapon somewhat. You can try and explode it when it's next to them, but the distance is quite hard to judge. So now I've got to do a lot of dancing about with her. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
First, fire at me, then dodge to avoid my return fire.
There we go, and then do a bit of dodging. And we've just got to repeat the process. Rinse and repeat. In this case, dodge and repeat.
Now you got it.
And like I say, the purpose of this video is really to show you this game. It took me a while to download it actually, I don't know why. I've got 40 meg fibre optic I think it is, so I don't know why it took so long to download, but it took most of the day, probably because I was playing on something at the same time. And you know, it basically gives you an idea, like I say, of the game mechanics, the way that it works. It gives you an idea of the way that the thing feels and plays. And it, you know, then instead of having to sit there all day downloading the game, putting it on and thinking, no, I don't like this, well, hopefully now you'll be able to see whether you might like it or not. And the secondary purpose, of course, like I've said before, is to see if anybody else would actually like me to play it and see me play more of this. Yep, you see you've got your jump pads in it. I'm sure they were in one of the recent Call of Duties, or am I mistaken? Was that another game I was playing? As you can see there, I fire my rocket at him and he just dodges it. So try and detonate it next to him next time, and I suck at this. I keep forgetting to dodge, or I dodge into the fire. And this first one just gives me a bit of shit really before I finally manage to kill him. I'm not so sure about the sound effects, to be perfectly honest. Now I don't know if that's just because it's the VR training. That's something we'll have to pay more attention to in the actual match. But yeah, the sound effects are a little... I don't know. I don't know how to describe them. Not realistic. I know it is a computer game, obviously, but it reminds me of like an 80s computer game, or... Yeah, listen to the... See, listen to that gun. It, you know, it looks like a big, meaty machine gun. Yet it sounds pathetic and a little bit weedy, to be perfectly honest. And I think that sound can make such a massive difference to a game. I mean, obviously, you know, there's playability, there's graphics, although graphics don't really mean as much as they used to in games. At one point during games development, it seemed that developers concentrated so much on the graphics it detracted from the actual gameplay of a lot of games. And I remember, well, I used to work in a game store. I used to manage a computer game store. And you found that there was this period where there was just a spate of beautiful looking games that came out that were absolute dross. They were rubbish, but they looked fantastic. And there you go, that seems to be the training complete.
Congratulations, pilot.
Yeah, I've just earned my first mech.
Now let's disconnect and head back.
So now we're going to go back and we're going to jump into the very first and the only match I've played on this game so far, and see how you think. Although I did find the maps, there's detail in it. Well, you'll see what I mean. See, it seems quite detailed, but bland at the same time. Do you see what I mean? Everything just seems to blend together. I don't know if that's just me and I've been a little bit picky. But it dropped me into a match partway through actually, which I found quite strange. We were already in the lead 15-9 and there was only about 4 minutes of the match left. So I'm a little bit lost, don't really know what I'm doing. Had to get used to the radar being on the left, although you can actually alter that. And do you know, I didn't know if that was in the game. and then it turned that noise. I don't know if you could hear that noise because I may turn the sound down on the actual video itself. And I thought it was like a enemy sighted alarm, and no, it was somebody's phone ringing over the headset. Yeah, I have those dumbass moments as well. But yeah, like I say, I mean, some of it looks really nice, some of it just seems quite bland and to blend in, but nobody seems to use cover. There's a big heavy guy here, and I'm getting very, very hammered, so I'm going to back off. That looked like a heavy mech. Yeah, there seems to be quite a few people in here that have been playing it for a bit and upgraded through the mechs. I do like the way that the screen gets cracked though when you're getting damaged. I thought that was a nice little touch. Oh crap, what the hell is that thing? I'm getting shot from behind, dead. See, I told you I sucked. Yeah, that's well, I don't know what kind of mech that is. I've not been playing it long enough. But you do seem to have respawns. I don't know if they're limited respawns. I really don't know. Did it drop me in part way through this match? I don't know now. Or is my recording just bugging out? Well, anyway, it's giving you an idea. I mean, this is the first week of release. No, it does have those dodgy sound effects. They're not just in the VR training room, and for me, that's one of the things that lets this game down, is the sound effects. I'm firing a big, meaty, heavy gun. I want it to sound like a big, meaty, heavy gun. You know, I mean, even if this is one of the smallest assault cannons you can get in the game, it's still big. I still want it to sound right. Mind you, they may come back and say, well, you're insulated inside the mech and this, that and the other, but I don't know, it just doesn't really feel like you're doing anything with it. I'm just blasting away, and I get destroyed again. I forget about the repair because I'm not used to having that sort of thing in a multiplayer. I think that's a standard mech like I was in. So I'm going to relaunch back in, see if I can do anything else in the last 30 seconds of the match. That's nearly ended. So, quick roundup. Not bad. Not bad, really. Nice looking game. It seems alright. It reminds me very much of something like Call of Duty, but in mechs. And if that sounds like your thing, then maybe download it and give it a try. It is a free game and it's free to play, and at the minute they've still got the Founders Pack on. And if you'd like to see me play more of this game, then either leave some thumbs up on the videos or leave it in the comments section. And if I get enough and there's enough interest in it, I'll do some more videos in it and crack on and try and get some mechs unlocked and learn a little bit more about it. And there you go, I came last on the team, no surprise there. Right, well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Just doing something a little bit different, like I say. I was hoping to bring more games to you in the future, and soon I will be doing Far Cry 4, which I've been wanting to play for a while, and I've only finally got round to actually getting hold of the game. So, as always, take care out there, and I will catch you next time. See you later.